The moment you announce your goal, your brain thinks you've already achieved it. And that's exactly why you'll never finish what you started. Watch what happens when someone decides to change their life. They don't go to the gym. They don't start the business. They don't begin writing the book. They tell everyone they're going to. They post it on Instagram. They announce it at dinner. They update their bio. They change their profile picture. They make it their entire personality. And then, nothing. Because they already got what they were actually looking for. Not the result. The validation. Here's what's happening in your brain that nobody tells you about. When you share your goal, your brain releases dopamine. The same chemical it releases when you actually achieve something. Your mind experiences what's called a social reality. The acknowledgement from others tricks your brain into feeling like you've made progress. You get the congratulations, the encouragement, the "you got this" comments, the likes, the validation. And your primitive brain can't tell the difference between talking about running a marathon and actually running one. It just knows it feels good. Mission accomplished. So you got the reward without doing the work. And now, you have zero motivation to actually do the thing you already celebrated. Why would you go back and do the hard part? Talking feels like progress, but it's fake progress. It's progress theater. You're performing transformation instead of actually transforming. Think about how many times you've seen this play out. Someone announces they're starting a podcast. Big post. Lots of excitement. You never hear about it again. Someone declares they're going back to school. Tells everyone at the party. Still at the same job 2 years later. Someone posts their new business idea. Has the logo. Has the domain name. Has the Instagram account. Never launches. It's always the same pattern. Big announcement, initial excitement, then silence. Not the productive kind of silence, the embarrassed kind. The kind where they hope everyone forgets they ever said anything. And here's the worst part. Every time you do this, you're training yourself that announcing is enough. You're teaching your brain that declaration equals completion, that intention equals achievement. You're becoming someone who talks instead of someone who does. Now look at the people who actually achieve things. The entrepreneur who everyone thought was unemployed until they sold their company for millions. They weren't posting about their startup journey. They were building. The athlete who showed up to tryouts in the best shape of their life while everyone else was posting gym selfies. They weren't documenting every workout. They were training. The writer who everyone thought gave up until their book hit the bestseller list. They weren't tweeting about their word count. They were writing. Steve Jobs didn't announce the iPhone until it was ready to ship. Developers didn't know what they were building until the reveal. That's not secrecy for secrecy's sake. That's understanding that premature disclosure kills execution. The most dangerous person in any room is the quiet one who's been working, not the loud one who's been talking about working. Results speak louder than intentions ever will. When you build in silence, everything changes. First, you remove external pressure. When nobody knows what you're doing, you can't disappoint them. You can't fail publicly. You can pivot without explaining. You can quit if it's not right without justifying. You're free to experiment, to fail, to learn, to adjust. Second, you keep your motivation internal. You're not doing it for the likes. You're not doing it for the comments. You're not doing it to prove something to someone. You're doing it because you want the result. That's pure motivation. That's the kind that lasts. Third, you eliminate the cheap dopamine. No more reward for announcement. The only reward comes from actual progress. So your brain has to work for it, has to earn it, has to do the real thing to get the real feeling. And fourth, you build real confidence, not the fake confidence that comes from people telling you you can do it. The real confidence that comes from actually doing it, from proving to yourself that you're capable, from keeping a promise to yourself when nobody else even knew you made one. So here's how you actually build in silence. 1. Kill the announcement reflex. Every time you want to post about your goal, that's your brain trying to get cheap dopamine. Recognize it, reject it, channel that energy into action instead. The urge to tell is the urge to avoid doing. When you feel it, that's your signal to go work instead. 2. Create a private scoreboard. You still need to track progress, but make it private. A journal, a spreadsheet, a note on your phone, something only you see. This satisfies the need for acknowledgement without giving away your power. You become your own validator. 3. Set a reveal threshold. Decide in advance what level of achievement earns the right to share. Not, I'm starting a business. That's nothing. But I hit 6 figures in revenue. That's something. Not, I'm getting in shape. That's empty. But I lost 50 pounds. That's real. Make the threshold high enough that you have to actually achieve something before you say anything. 4. Find one accountability partner maximum. Not 12 people. Not your whole social media following. One person who will actually hold you accountable, not just give you empty encouragement. Someone who will call you out when you're not doing the work. Someone who cares about your results, not your feelings. 5. Replace talking with documenting. Instead of posting about what you're going to do, document what you did. Keep a private log. Take progress photos you don't share. Write notes about what you learned. Create evidence for yourself. This gives you the satisfaction of acknowledgement without the dopamine theft of announcement. Picture this. Everyone thinks you're the same person you were 6 months ago. They see you at the same job, living in the same place, looking the same on the surface, but you've been building in silence, in private. While they were posting, you were progressing. While they were announcing, you were achieving. And then one day, you reveal what you've actually been doing. The business that's already profitable. The body transformation that's already complete. The skill you've already mastered. The book that's already written. The life that's already changed. You don't announce the journey. You present the destination. Watch their faces. Watch the respect. Watch the genuine admiration that comes from actual achievement, not announced intention. Watch how different it feels when people congratulate you for something real instead of something promised. That moment, when you surprise everyone, including yourself, with what you were capable of when nobody was watching, that's worth more than 1,000 likes on an announcement post, because it's real, because you earned it, because you did it for you, not for them. And now, you know something about yourself that most people never learn. You're the kind of person who does what they say they're going to do, even when nobody's watching. Especially when nobody's watching. That's not just achievement. That's character. That's identity. That's becoming someone new. Here's your challenge, and I want you to really commit to this. Pick one goal, just one. Something meaningful, something that matters to you, and go completely silent on it for 30 days. Not a post, not a story, not a casual mention at dinner. Nothing. Complete silence. Work on it every single day in private. Document your progress for yourself. Keep your own score. Be your own cheerleader. And at the end of 30 days, come back and tell me what happened. Not what you're going to do. What you did. I guarantee you'll accomplish more in 30 days of silence than you did in the last year of announcements. The world is full of people with big plans and loud mouths. Don't be one of them. Be the person who moves in silence, who builds in the dark, who shows up with results instead of intentions. Let your work be your announcement. Let your results be your proof. Let your transformation speak for itself. Stop telling people your plans. Start showing them your results.